What if I told you that a single jellybean changed an entire town? Sounds ridiculous, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll realize it's not the big leaps, but the tiny steps that move mountains. And hey, ever felt like your efforts are too small to matter? Then buckle up, because this tale might just change the way you see your life. In a quiet little town called Maple Creek, where nothing exciting ever happened except the annual Biggest Pumpkin contest, lived a boy named Eli. Eli was, let's just say, spectacularly average. He wasn't the fastest kid in school. He wasn't the smartest either. And his basketball skills? Imagine a giraffe trying to roller skate. But Eli had one strange habit. Every day he dropped a jelly bean into an old glass jar. Just one. No one knew why. Not even Eli, really. He started doing it after hearing a random quote his grandpa once said. "One bean a day keeps the blahs away." Which made absolutely no sense. What's the weirdest habit you have? Counting ceiling tiles? Talking to plants? Drop it in the comments. Trust me, Eli's jelly bean thing won't seem so strange after this. Anyway, weeks passed, then months. Eli kept dropping that one jelly bean in the jar, every single day, without fail. Rain or shine, sick or well. Once, he even paused a video game boss fight just to drop the jelly bean. Consistency level, Jedi Master. At school, people started calling him the Bean Boy. Some kids laughed, others were curious. His teacher asked, "Eli, is this for a science experiment?" He shrugged. "I don't know, just feels right." One day during lunch, a girl named Sasha, top of the class, president of everything, walked up to Eli. "I started writing one sentence every day because of you," she said. Eli blinked. "What?" "You know, like how you do the jelly bean thing. I figured if I can't write a whole novel, I can at least start with a sentence." That moment was the first ripple. Soon, other kids started doing small daily things. One push-up a day. One drawing a day. One kind word a day. Maple Creek Middle School began to buzz with this quiet energy. It wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy. But something was definitely shifting. Then came the day that changed everything. The school's old library caught fire. Nothing major, everyone was safe. But many of the books, gone. The school didn't have the budget to replace them. Now here's where it gets wild. Guess who had been secretly writing and illustrating his own tiny comic books every day? Kevin, the kid who never spoke. He showed up the next morning with a backpack full of mini comic books and said, "I can donate these." Inspired, other kids came forward. Sasha donated her daily stories. Another student had been learning origami one fold at a time. He created a peace wall from his paper cranes. Eli. He walked to the center of the room and poured out hundreds of jelly beans into a big jar. "For the new reading corner," he said. "Call it the jar of possibilities." The principal later said, "I've never seen so much change from so little effort." One jelly bean a day didn't seem like much, but it inspired a domino effect of action, creativity, and kindness. And the best part? No one had to work harder. Just a little bit every day. Because the secret isn't doing it all at once. It's showing up, daily, even when it feels silly. Even when no one notices. Even when it's just one bean. So here's a question for you. What's your jelly bean? That tiny action you can start today? 1 minute of reading. 1 line of journaling. 1 smile to a stranger. Let me know in the comments. And remember, small steps don't feel magical when you take them. They feel magical when you look back. Years later, Eli became a teacher in that same school. And guess what sat on his desk? The very same jelly bean jar, now filled with stories, drawings, and tiny slips of encouragement from students. Every time a kid asked, "Why do you keep that old jar?" he'd smile and say, "It reminds me that everything big starts small." So the next time you feel stuck or unmotivated, don't wait for the perfect moment. Just take one small step. Who knows? It might just be the Jellybean that starts a revolution. Like, comment your Jellybean and subscribe if this story made you smile. Because big changes, they begin with you and something small.